Our Indigenous programs has been in place since the year 2000. We started out with small pilot programs of Aboriginal trainees in Victoria and Western Australia, and from that time we've grown from strength to strength. We now have over 200 Aboriginal trainees across the country. We've actually built a model around our young Aboriginal trainees that we believe really supports them and helps retain them in your organisations. We have our field officers, field consultants. They come out and provide support throughout the year for the young person in the workplace and to the managers and supervisors of our young people. And then for our Indigenous trainees, obviously our Aboriginal mentors who are out and about visiting our trainees in the workplace as well. So there's sort of 2 points of contact that you have throughout the year, as well as other program staff at head office as well.
I think for an Indigenous trainee, it's good to remember that they're at their starting point.
So providing enough supervision, support to them in the workplace is really crucial.
Set those expectations quite clearly from the start, but also make it consistent so we're all delivering the same message and the same consistent expectation to the trainee, so there's no confusion. But I think reinforcing it as well. So I think laying it out at the start, but then maybe coming back to it quite regularly. At any time, the trainee could have 3 people visiting in a month, but the RTO staff will really work one-on-one with them to work through their certificate, support them with their bookwork, and really just be that support to take them all the way through.
For some young people, it's their first step into a job. It's their first time away from their community, working in an organisation, and so making sure that we're providing the right supports around our young people.
As an Indigenous mentor, we've got one-on-one visits per year, so we'll go out 4 times a year. We're available also on the phone. We'll email regularly to the trainee, and I think the visits involve us getting to know the trainee personally, so building up rapport, getting to know them initially, but and then really starting to tap into their aspirations. We're a bit older as well, the mentors, so we've had a bit of life experiences, so we can pass on some of the things that we've learnt along the way.
Encouraging them and making sure that they're not being mocked or told that some of the questions they're asking are silly questions is a really important thing not to do. Rather, pick out the things that they're doing well that you can be positive about in talking to them on, and really promote those. So as a young person grows in their confidence in the role, as they pick up skills along the way, their self-esteem builds, and so really providing them with that motivation is really crucial.
I think if you've got respect and you walk in and you ask questions and you're willing to learn, whether that's an Indigenous person or non-Indigenous, you'll get some answers. But it's not one Indigenous person is exactly the same. I think that's probably the best way to start. I think the best thing you can do as a host is to firstly be very patient with the trainee and understand that it is their first time walking into this environment, and that you're giving them everything from self-esteem, confidence, building that belief in themselves that, hey, I can do this, I do belong in this space.
We're really committed to supporting our young people in their traineeships. We've always got staff on hand who can help, who can talk through issues over the phone, and where needed come out and see you in person to deal with those issues.
We'll do everything possible to make sure we get the most suitable candidates to fit the role that you have. In the case that it doesn't suit the trainee and it's not the right fit, we'll work closely with the host to resolve some of the challenges that the trainee may have, and work one-on-one with both trainee and host to get the best outcome.
Generally, a trainee will stay for the duration of their traineeship within your organisation. Really, the only reasons that they might not stay is if you decide that the young person's not the right fit, or the young person actually decides that this traineeship and pathway isn't for them. But otherwise, trainees will be with you for the duration of their traineeship. We take care of all of the formal qualification side of the traineeship, but as a supervisor for the young person in the workplace, we expect that you give them on-the-job training and experience, and really we come in then and do the formal qualifications that align to the on-the-job experience that they're receiving. So I guess there's two aspects of the training with regards to a traineeship. There's the vocational training, training in the workplace, skills they pick up through day-to-day work, and there's also the qualification that we provide through Sports Ready Education. And so it's really important, I guess, as a supervisor and manager to be allowing opportunities for your young person to learn on the job, and then to also allow them time to complete their studies with us as well. Also have an educator. They'll come out and work with the young person, ensure that they're either attending classes that they need to attend or attending to workbooks, and assess them in the workplace as well to make sure that what they're learning on the job is reflected in what they're learning in their study. Really what we try and do at AFL SportsReady is have culture embedded in everything that we do, so that young people, no matter what spectrum they're on in terms of their own connection to their culture, they have a space that they feel safe. So when we bring young people together, we acknowledge country, we have welcome to ceremony, we provide opportunities for young people to connect to culture and to have their leaders and respected people from community be a part of what we do here at AFL SportsReady. I guess as a manager of a young Aboriginal person in a workplace, it's really important to understand that it's everyone's responsibility around ensuring you've got a culturally safe workplace. You know, diversity, there's many cultures in many workplaces, and I think having an understanding and a will to want to understand Aboriginal culture is really important. Cultural awareness training is a really great way to ensure that yourself as a manager of a young Aboriginal person in a workplace and your other staff around that young person have the grounding and the understanding to ensure that you do have a culturally safe workplace. We also provide paid cultural leave as well, so we have up to 2 days paid cultural leave. So I guess it's important to understand that for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander young people, they have many obligations and ties to their communities and families. There might be instances where a young person, for many reasons, is called back to community and to their home and family for cultural reasons, and it's really important to understand those, and I guess that's where the cultural awareness training can be really important for organisations to have that grounding and understand the pressures on a young person. Mental health illnesses, physical illnesses, they're a real issue for Aboriginal Australia, and so I guess if you happen to have a trainee that was needing extra time off and taking time off, it's really important to work with AFL SportsReady and look at how we can help you to support that young person in those instances. Young people can't be terminated because they're ill and they're not able to attend work. They need to be supported in those times. We do a lot of that work up front at the traineeship and make sure that an OHS check has taken place. But I think it's really important as a supervisor and manager of a trainee that you're ensuring that those practices are maintained daily in the workplace, and that young people are given the correct training and procedures around anything that may be an issue in the workplace.